Welcome back to the Small Business Voice with Justin Duggan of Liberty Santiago on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. We are here with Travis Bailey of the Fortune 60 Capital on the future of cryptocurrency. He can be reached at 209-534-3342 and on the web, fortune60capital.com. Connect with us on the web, smallbusinessvoicemedia.com and libertybrand.biz. And send us a message on our Facebook page and click the like button, Small Business Voice Media, and tell us what you'd like Liberty and I to discuss on a future show. So our guest today is Travis Bailey of Fortune 60 Capital on the future of cryptocurrency. Now, really quick question, Travis. The fortune60capital.com, is there like a backslash where they can hit your name personally?
I think we're still building out the website. It's still a kind of new website, so I'm not sure that's integrated yet, but that's not a bad idea to look into. Okay.
So Travis is a returning guest, and he was representing CentralValleyAlarm.com. But you're a single guy, and what better way to fill your time than is to chase business, right?
Absolutely. I don't know if I'm still single yet, though. We're still figuring it out.
So how did you get into crypto? I mean, I know there's a lot of opportunity out there now. How did you get involved?
Oh, man, long story short, I thought that I saw it coming in the future, and I had a self-development courses that I was selling online, and the place I was selling it through started accepting cryptocurrency as payments, and I saw the prices going up back in 2015, 2016, and I decided to get in, and I've kind of been educating myself, buying courses since then, and as time went on, I started getting really into it. I started trading it, started, building portfolios out of it. And I was just minding my own business as I do. And Ken Kimball actually discovered me about a year ago and introduced me to the crypto space in Puerto Rico, where I met, Alexander and Alex number 1 and 2. We call him Alexander Peterson as well. And I just got joined in on the fund, and we've been rocking it in venture capital since then. So we're doing a lot of good things, helping a lot of people get involved and helping people take a lot of shortcuts and the learning mistakes that most people make in the space.
Yeah, we were talking about some mistakes yesterday.
Yes, we were.
Scams that happen with, what do we call them, Bitcoin miners?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that parade around and just take prey, and people that don't know what they're doing in the space and just have a couple coins here and there. And it's really one thing that we're trying to air out and get rid of in the space and educate people on how to avoid those and determine what's real and what's not in the space.
Yeah, and my biggest mistake was not asking Travis about this, sooner. I got scammed out of $300 like 3 weeks ago, and I was like, dang it, I got to go tell Alex this happened, my partner.
Yeah.
And so me and Travis had a good laugh about that yesterday.
Oh, wow. You'll have to fill me in on that.
Yeah, so it kind of, looks like, you want to earn some money in the crypto space. We have a platform that can guarantee you to triple your money within, X amount of time. And then they have these groups set up either on Telegram or on Facebook, right, where they have these fake accounts of testimony saying that they have changed their life, right? That they've got so much money, they're going to reinvest, they're really happy. And then you go to, make a minimum investment. Myself was $300. And then the promise is they're going to give you this money back in 24 hours. First of all, that didn't happen. And then second of all, they wanted to get more money to get the initial investment. And I was like, okay, well, that mathematically doesn't make any sense. And now I'm on to the fact that this is a scam. So $300 down the drain.
Yeah, a lot of the platforms that make guarantees of any types of guaranteed income returns, that's the first red flag, and I disregard those right away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
well, at least we have Travis here to educate us on the process.
Yes, happy to help.
You got to know the right people.
Yeah, you got to know the right people. Yeah. You kind of went over some of the red flags, but when you get into this, how do you get into this? Because I guess that's a big question. We want to. Nobody likes to get scammed,
right,
and it could happen to anybody. I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter, who you are. It could happen to anybody. What if you were getting into it? How would you do it?
So if I, knowing what I know now, was trying to get into it for the first time, I would definitely look for someone that knows what they're doing instead of just trying to fumble my way around it and research on YouTube and sweat on the graphs all day and not knowing what I'm looking at. I would definitely look for a service like we created here for the people that don't know what they're doing, and find someone that can walk me through what they're doing and maybe even give me some advice and show me the ropes. So I wouldn't go in it alone. I'd find someone to walk me through it, because it's
like a mentorship or a membership.
Absolutely. It's a whole nother word out there.
And, it is a whole nother language as well.
It is.
And then we can even get into this a little bit later, as the metaverse. Whew. Oh, man. You guys are ready to swallow this one, chew it up and swallow it.
It's
wow.
coming.
It's coming. That's for sure.
Yeah. So with the cryptocurrency, is this like a full-time thing for you, Travis, or do you just do this part-time? How do you kind of fit this into your busy schedule?
That's a great question. And I manage more than just Central Valley Alarm, and working for the group we have here, and I do a few other things too. And it's just a juggling act, and I got to really be on top of my time management and find out what's the most productive way to go about my day. It's definitely keeps me busy.
Yeah. That's good. And
So
you've learned with personal development.
In the future, if you get it to where you're on that yacht and you got those women in bikinis surrounding, just invite me. I just want to be a part of that.
It's not an if, it's a when.
I'll ride on your coattails.
All right.
Oh, I love that so much. That's really the dream that is being sold, is that you can live a life of abundance while being passive with your income. And I see people doing it, and it's absolutely something that we can all achieve. What that materializes and looks like for each individual is going to be different, but I will definitely accept that admittance on the yacht.
Yeah, both of you are more than welcome. But one thing I want to make a really big point of, it's definitely a place where people are creating a lot of wealth. And people are getting so caught up in the dollar sign behind this or that they're forgetting that there are fundamental values of all these different coins, and people are forgetting to look for coins that have utilities and services, so they don't just lose their investments when something like is happening right now happens. Right.
Now, we're here talking with Travis Bailey of Fortune 60 Capital on the future of cryptocurrency. And I'm here with Justin Duncan. I'm Liberty Santiago, and you're listening to the Small Business Voice on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. Now, you're going to want to reach out to Travis directly, and you can do so at 209-534-3342 and on the web, fortune60capital.com. He is the man to know about crypto, and he has helped me to get a return on my investment as well. So got a success story here in that. And
we like success stories.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when it comes to, your wallet. And something that we were chatting about yesterday, you were telling me about something that you have found intuitively. There's a pattern that you have mapped out in this type of investing. Why don't you kind of just give us the fundamentals of what you've discovered?
Sure. So it seems like, I've been into crypto space since 2015. And I just like many other people that were getting it around that time, lost almost everything we had gained by the time 2017, 18 rolled around. And I was looking at why I wasn't going to sell it. So I was looking at why everything's happening like it is and what's going on. And it kind of reconfirmed everything I was thinking back then, as this happens now, that we're running on 4-year cycles. So every time Bitcoin halves, there is half the supply of Bitcoin released to circulation as it was before the halving next happens. And as that halving goes on, the supply is released, and the mining reward for these Bitcoins is, so I'm going to start talking a different language here. Let me know if you need me to explain anything. The supply of Bitcoins released into circulation is cut in half. So their mining rewards are cut in half to the miners. And that makes Bitcoin more scarce, and the demand increases, and we start to see a buying frenzy as more coins are desired and less are being released. So it's kind of a principle of supply and demand that drives the price up until we see it to a point where it's just greed and speculation that's driving the price up so high.
Right.
Which is where I think we've kind of started stepping into now.
But, what we really want to showcase is the window of opportunity.
Absolutely.
And so what does that exactly look like for the beginner right now? So if, where the trend is at right now, and what this could do for people, moving forward.
So I want to be careful and not provide any financial advice here.
Yeah.
But, typically the strategy is you want to buy low and sell high if you're looking to make a profit on an investment. So as these prices are free falling, I look at it as a buying opportunity, and I have been myself.
Yeah, that's amazing. Now, something I see a lot of is ads for something called NFT. And I see it on social media. It's sponsored. And I kind of need to know more about this. If you can explain what is an NFT and why exactly it's useful for people to get involved with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So NFTs it stands for non-fungible token. And a non-fungible token is your ownership on the blockchain. So as we step into the blockchain and start exploring digital property, an NFT is essentially your receipt that you've purchased this, and it's undisputably yours on the blockchain. So it's digital property. Mm-hmm. And you can buy it, sell it, resell it. And right now there's a lot of artwork, collectibles that are coming out and becoming really popular for people in the crypto communities. And I don't know if I can share this much, but I think our group of people is excited to soon introduce a service-based NFT that I think is the first of its kind. So you guys can follow us more and keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, that's really good. That's exciting. Super exciting. It's not really like downplaying or being negative or talking trash about crypto, but if I'm thinking it, probably somebody else is thinking it.
Uh-oh.
Like, right? So why the hell would we just go into this metaverse and create all these digital spaces instead of just doing it in real life, like creating a business? Why wouldn't we just do that in real life? Or creating these NFTs or these spaces.
I think there's this realm of nothing's impossible out there, and of course, nothing's impossible in the real world as well, if you ask me. But there's this space where someone that's busy working, 2 jobs can, at the end of their day, go play around in a mansion and go swim around in a yacht. And these metaverses, as people design them, there's different people that I know are out there. They're designing these paradises in this metaverse that someone could just throw on a VR set and start walking around in and interacting with their friends in a house party manner in the metaverse, or go to a meeting at a nice resort. Instead of Zoom, you could be walking around in virtual reality and have a tropical paradise your Zoom meetings in.
Yeah, it's a really interesting concept.
Yeah, the people can rent that space out too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I'm actually looking at buying this digital real estate and start doing that as well.
Yeah, and I think, ultimately what we come up with is, if this is happening, if there's opportunity, why not get in on a piece of the pie?
Absolutely.
And create whatever you want. The income opportunity is infinite, right?
Absolutely.
So, but, it's an overwhelming thought, but it doesn't really have to be overwhelming if you know the right people. Absolutely. Travis and Fortune60capital.com, they are your go-to for that. So thank you so much, Travis Bailey of Fortune 60 Capital, for being on our show. I love learning from you, and I love, crypto and the metaverse. It's going to catch on.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna enjoy it more and more. So again, Travis Bailey of Fortune 60 Capital, you can reach him at 534-3342 and on the web, fortune60capital.com. When we come back, we will have our community corner, some mindset tips from myself, Liberty Santiago, and this is the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Liberty Santiago. Stay with us on Power Talk 1360 KFIV.
Sweet.